Welcome back to another episode of the Will Hill Show. Today, I got another one of my comedic homies here, Jordan. Jordan, tell the people who you are.
Jordan Brown, a.k.a. Big Buckets Brown, a.k.a. Dane Allen, a.k.a. Uptown Jordan Brown, a.k.a. Sexes of the South Side, a.k.a. Races of Racing. That's a bit that Will won't let me live down. I want to let it go, but every time I see him, he say that shit.
Every time I see this man, he could be in the mall somewhere. I'll probably scream, Sexes of the South Side. I'm like, what the fuck? Races of Racing.
But the funny thing about that, when I wrote that bit, I was like, man, either this is going to be real funny or people going to have a lot to say to me after you get off the stage. So it's not a lot of rules. You can take that joke too, but I mean, it's still funny. You don't want to wear out your welcome too early. So.
I love it, G, because the way you present it, though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, then you got to act like it's not so much that I'm unsure of myself and what I'm doing on stage. It's just that, like, that feeds into the material.
Yeah, like, because to me, when you do it, it comes off like a wrestler announcer, and I fucking love it every fucking time. Because, like, look, y'all don't understand. He grabs the mic and goes, I'm going to have Will bring me up to all these different names. Like, and coming up to the stage now, Sexes on the South Side.
And it's not that it kills. It's just I like the reaction.
I fucking love it.
Like, it's not like the funniest shit ever, but to me, it's like either people will really laugh, or they gonna be like low key offended, or just gonna be like, it's one of those.
See, look, I think those the best kind of jokes though, where there's no middle ground. Either that shit funny, or somebody go walk up to you in the parking lot. Like,
that's very true.
How long you been doing comedy?
7 years now, man.
7. Do you remember like your comedy anniversary? When was your first time getting on stage?
It probably would have been, I would say, right around this time.
Yeah.
Right around this time. I think I had just decided, I had talked to a few buddies. Like, I always said I was going to do stand-up. Like, even my football homies, like, man, you go do stand-up, you go do stand-up. So I would do, like, our talent shows for camp, right? Freshman year, I'll never forget this. And this kind of scared me away from it. So freshman year of college, I got to get up there and say, like, a 5-minute set or whatever, or something that I wrote. It was just, like, cracking jokes on everybody on the team and everything that. And some people lost it, bro. Like was so mad. And the thing about it was I had to stay on the team with these people for like 3 more years. So it was like every time I see you, bro, I'm on there with you. But the shit was funny. So it took me about 4 or 5 years. And then one of my homies, he did stand up, and he was like, hey, yo, bro, you got to do it. So I wrote a 5-minute set. Actually, one of the first bits that I wrote was
man, you talking like you know what's going on here, because I always ask, what was the first joke?
No, the first joke I wrote, and it still works, is what is it? I'll give it up for yourselves, bring the audience in, give it up for the host or whatever. I'm like, give it up for me. I'm a veteran. And then everybody usually be like, yeah, woo, support the truth. And nobody ever gonna be like,
yeah, no, you can't do it.
Everybody fuck with the truth. Everybody fuck with the truth.
Right.
Like nobody, nowhere in the world will you go anywhere where you see anybody not fuck with the truth, right? So I say that to ease them on into it, and then I'm like, yeah, I did 18 years in Chirac. So so
Lieutenant Corporal.
Right, people get if people usually get it, but that was one of the first ones I wrote. The first ones I wrote that worked, and people laughed every time.
That. I want the first one you wrote.
That was terrible.
Or what was the earliest joke you can remember? Because like I'm only a year and a half in, and I could barely remember the first joke that I was like, I'm gonna try this shit on stage.
The joke I wrote was probably like a dissertation on trying to make up a scenario. Like you think that writing a bit is talking about what happens just in your life,
right?
But when you write it, you never talk like that. So, so it's like just like paragraph after paragraph, and you read and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? So it took practice or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, I think I made up a scenario about somebody vandalizing a car or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then for me to revisit that type of comedy, in writing that, it took me 5, 6, 7 years or whatever to get to the point where it's like, if you gonna make up some shit, like I think I did the Looting Life Inc. type of thing. Like I was like, so you can get with your homies, y'all can all come together, and we got Groupons. Like, you know, y'all all pay $40. We'll put you in the truck. We'll take you down there to go loot after a riot. I mean, after, you know, we can get you all dressed up. You know, you meet at meet at our checkpoint if you make it. And it's on one of my podcast episodes. I actually did. It was a bit that I wrote.
Plug it. Where can they find it?
That's It's Your World podcast. You can find it everywhere: Spotify, iTunes. I have not loaded everything on the YouTube just yet, but it's one of the fake advertisers that it was Looting Life Inc. And that's what we do. You can buy our shit on Groupon like that. But
that shit sound fucking hilarious. Oh man, so you more into the writing side now?
Trying to get comfortable with that.
Trying to get comfortable. What does that entail?
What I mean by that is, like, for me to get comfortable with that would probably be, hey, Will, I wrote something. Take a look at it.
Right.
And I just turn my head. Because I don't want to be that guy though.
Like sending a risky text.
I don't want to be that dude. Like, that motherfucker write like a motherfucker, but he will not leave me alone. Like, you said I can work on this. So, like, if I would,
you ready yet? You ready yet? No,
right.
I'll be back.
See, I don't want to be like that.
What about now? Are you ready? Read it. I mean, just read it a little bit. Tell me
exactly, because you don't want to be that guy that's like, I wrote this, or that girl that wrote this. You're like, yeah, but it has to be like this. It's got to be like that. But what was the point of me bringing you in to be creative if I'm just telling you what the fuck to do all the time?
How to read it? And like, you reading it wrong. Like
that's it, man. That is it. That's what I mean by getting comfortable with it, and then on stage, just hitting up the mics and trying to get booked on shows, and then trying to pull out all that old material.
Yeah.
That to me feels like I only did on one side of the city, and then you bring it to the other side. It's like, oh, you actually funny. Yes,
yeah, no. That's like me with the West Side right now. I've been trying to do more mics over West, and it's like, and they be like, I've seen you places.
Right. But a lot of people, until they see you and they hear your material,
which I understand. I think you should most definitely reserve the funny to see if a motherfucker funny. Just because a motherfucker hang out at the comedy club.
We'll call your ass out just like, oh, that shit was trash over there. I'm glad you have that. I'm glad you have that. It's still mentally like, yeah, nigga, you better be funny, because you definitely be letting motherfuckers know like, that was not that funny. You need to
Who, me?
on that. You said that to somebody or near me.
I probably did.
So maybe he was talking about my shit, looking at the mic. Now I'm on a nigga show.
I'm a upfront type motherfucker. If I seriously did not think your shit was not funny, your shit probably was not funny. And I say that with such conviction because I do my absolute best not to say something is, if something is funny or not, right? Because I know funny is subjective.
True.
What I might not find funny, somebody else might. And if I could see just a glimmer of humor in it, then it's just not for me. Now, if it's just not funny at all, I think it's my duty, if we even if we know each other's names,
to say something,
to tell you, don't do that shit no more. And I will hope that person does not take it to heart. I didn't tell you to quit.
Right, you just said
I don't do that shit no more.
Like I said, I've seen it in action, people. We'll be like, hey, bro, don't do that no more, all right?
Don't do that no more. Yeah, I probably did that shit on the side of the stage. Because I host on Mondays, for the people who don't know. I host the open mic.
One of the best open mic hosts in the city right here.
You think so?
I think so.
I appreciate it. I think I bring like a lot of energy. I've seen so many other people do it, and it's not, I don't know. I just think highly of myself. Anyway, what I was saying, so when it comes to hosting, for the most part, I'm on the side of the stage. I'm keeping time to let people know when their time is up. And I ain't gonna lie, it's open mic. It's not packed all the time. So sometimes it's only a handful of us.
True.
And so when it's not really that many people, and I'm loud, like
so you're gonna know your voice when you say something.
Right. So if somebody's, I want to say, not doing well, I'll try to help them out by throwing them a little something funny. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll make the room laugh, because at the end of the day, ultimately, it's up to me to keep the energy of the room up. So if a motherfucker fucking up, I guess I'm gonna heckle your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because when I get back on stage, everybody already pre-laughing because I made them laugh at your non-funny ass for the night. We all gonna have bad nights.
But the thing is, though, is like, I think at an open mic, bro, you could spend years doing the mics, but then if you're not really in there to like work on material,
yeah.
And then you got people in there trying on new material. Then you got people they ain't never did comedy before, so you got to account for all that when you go.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's honestly, since doing comedy, I love open mics because of that range, right? You go to a show, people present you their best material. That's like looking at somebody's house only from the outside. No, you go to an open mic, you get to go in the house, sit on the couch, go to the refrigerator because they have to let you in now because they're growing at that point. Even if they doing their best stuff on the stage, it's an open mic and it's meant to be room for growth. I am still going to look at it as you're growing it, right? So I love because you never fucking know.
But that was the thing, going back to what I was saying about the early material. It was like, nigga, are you a comedian or are you pretending to be a comedian? And it's two different things.
I think when I first like doing stuff publicly, like I was doing videos on Facebook and stuff like that, and I went through that and I was like, all right, am I Facebook funny? You know what I'm saying? Is that what
am I just a content creator or am I pretending to be a comic?
Content? So I had to.
Oh. That's even deeper right there because it's like you got the content, you got the funny, right? You got all these different things. You got the stuff that you think is funny,
right?
And even then putting it on Facebook is also visual too. So you're dealing with that aspect.
Yeah, 100%. Nah, it was most definitely a journey. Who would you say is your comedic influences?
Comedic influences starting out Jamie Foxx, Chris Rock,
straight to Jamie.
Yep. Gerard Carmichael.
Hell yeah.
I like his delivery. I like how he plays with timing, tempo, and like just how his whole persona on stage is like kind of lazy, which is only lazy because I feel like that's the way they would tell you not to
do comedy
or to speak. Period. Like the way that he just be up on stage like chilling. I think it's some of his. One of his specials I saw, I think it was one he did like almost like Sunset or something like that, or it was Cellar, one or the other, and it was like real relaxed. And then he did like I think it was Ocho or whatever that was at the big ass stage or whatever.
Okay.
And when I saw that, I was like, man, he's showing how he's versatile, but that could just be a nigga just being a great comic too. So that influenced Jamie Foxx because he was one of the first comics I actually watched. Like when I wasn't supposed to be watching comedy, so like, Straight Outta the Foxhole is a classic to me. It's always gonna be a classic. They could run that on TNT and I watch it all the time. Like that's how Straight Outta the Foxhole. Who else? I said Chris Rock. Again, another person. You weren't supposed to be watching that shit, but it was still funny as hell. HBO specials.
Yeah.
You know.
No, man. A lot of times I don't think Chris Rock get the recognition that he deserves.
I think he does, but I just feel like. He's got the acting down because he won us over with New Jack, and then
is that what you think it is?
I mean,
so since he is a successful actor, I think it takes away from his stand up.
I think it adds to it. I mean, if you know,
no, because like every time I hear somebody giving a Mount Rushmore comics, Chris Rock is always kind of the man that's left out.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say.
I mean, because of course, you go get Dave Chappelle. You go get Richard Pryor, motherfuckers that throw like a Red Fox or some shit up there.
Right.
I don't all the time hear Chris Rock and they go, oh yeah, fucking Chris Rock. I heard people put Martin Lawrence up there before Chris Rock.
But see, okay, so we talking comedy. Like, so this is my thing. When I first started comedy, hit the mic. One of my main goals, and this is probably like odd as hell to people if you hear this. My goals was I wanted to be able to start talking about comedy the way I could sit up and talk about basketball or the way I could sit up and talk about football or whatever. Yeah. So like Martin and Chris Rock, like the dramatics, Martin with the body movement and like all that. Jamie Foxx though with the singing, he would put the singing in his show. He'll play the piano.
Right.
And he'll rap or he'll crack a joke.
It's a variety
right,
show.
You know, like, and it's him. It's just him. You know, so like seeing Martin with the exaggeration and the body movement and stuff, you know, he would do that. Then Chris Rock would, oh no, bro, like how can I do that but not sound like Chris Rock?
Right.
So that until turns into, well, like trying to imitate that is something like one of my bits with the karate classes. Like that was one of the first things that I wrote. So you know, like it was a bit like my mom had me in karate classes. I got into a fight. She wasn't mad that I got into a fight. She was mad she paid for the karate classes. And I got my ass whooped, right? So she's like, I didn't waste my money. You know, so like playing with that material is like you can try to deliver it like a Chris Rock, you know, or like I always try to put it off as like when I'm on stage, I felt bad. Like try to put some emotion into it. It's like, but sooner or later you gotta get to that point where is it gonna be super exaggerated, or are you gonna be sad because you spent all your mom's money on shit like that? But I used to do it like I spent all the time in karate class, still got my ass whooped, and then I would say, but I got a free scholarship, so I made up on the back end. I saved her some money on the long run. So if I go to another room, I can add that tag on there or something like that. But like those guys, man. I mean, like Pryor, obviously, Chappelle, obviously, but
I think those are shoe-ins. But and then a lot of people throw Bill Burr up there.
Okay, Burr, yeah.
A lot of people throw Patrice O'Neal up there.
Even heavily influenced by him, but not too much, just because.
I think like everybody else, I wish he'd have lived longer.
And I just feel like I'm not as old as him. Yeah. Or even as before he passed away. So that your material is never going to be. Your material is not going to reflect that point of view of a 50-something or 40-something.
Yeah.
You're still 10 years away from that, or 30 years away from that. So
no, what I was going to say is I kind of put Patrice O'Neal, as great as he is, in the same realm as Robin Harris. Robin Harris was a monster, but his demise came too early.
True.
Patrice O'Neal, same way. A lot of people put him as one of the greats. That's fine.
Great comics that I felt like opened up black culture to people in a way. When you saw it from a black male, a straight black male, now and then like you think about that like 30 years ago, would we been thinking this way, or is it like now it's cool because you got pronouns and all that shit? It's like, damn, let me go back and look at my material. Let me look at these guys. What were they doing at that time that won people over? Right. Can you recreate that, or can you carry that with you on into your material? But it's like, again, it gets back into that. Are you a comic, nigga, or are you pretending to be a comic? So you need to figure that out.
Fucking love it. Name the episode. Are you a comic?
I mean, that's a real question.
All right, man. Let's get into the bullshit. We will slowly slide over to talking about the controversies of Dave Chappelle. For those who don't know, Dave Chappelle dropped another special called The Closer. Which basically he said this is gonna be his last special for a minute, which I can understand, man. He's been dropping specials damn near every year, which I don't know. For the people who don't know, that's a lot of work to drop a special damn near the past 3 years in a row.
What, a year to come up with new shit?
Then to get it to a point where you can record it,
because everybody you can't. Only thing about comedy that I really really enjoy is that you can't edit. You can live edit comedy, so you can really fuck with your material as much as Kanye fucks with Dondo. You can really do that.
Why are you doing it?
You can really do that. So that's a good thing. But you're right though. It almost takes about a year, one to come up with the material, probably another few months to actually get up on stage and do it.
You got to work in the
find the time to do that, especially if you work in a full-time job too.
So I mean, I know that's all he does, and I'm pretty sure he had other appearances. I mean, he got life, man. He got kids and shit. He living in his little small, quiet town that he loves.
That's basically Chappelleville. So. So if that's a goal, if you're a comic, that's a goal of yours. I want to have my own town like Chappelle.
I don't know if I want to move to a small town like that, though. All right, hold on.
If you own it. If you own the place.
No. I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? I guess I still have dreams of being able to walk around.
Once you get to Chappelle's
you in that iconic status yet. So once you get to that point,
you want that privacy that you miss, because right now you have it.
Yeah, no. Look.
You may find somebody somewhere in Chicago where you can still have that privacy, but maybe Chappelle couldn't find it.
But even then, though,
he was born and raised in a small town, though.
That's true. That's his origin. Like that's what he's used to, from what I've heard. But ideally, like, dude, if fame is one thing, but you gotta deal with people always want to know what you're doing, what's going on. They don't have nothing to do with you. That's the drawback of fame.
Nobody's traveling to Ohio to see what Dave Chappelle's doing.
They are now.
That he put it out there, though.
Yeah, it was. But who? I mean, I'm pretty sure the surrounding area gonna be like, nah, you don't come here with that shit.
That's just Dave.
But that's the thing, though. He's got that place sold up to a point where they know he lives there. They know what he wants.
To them, he's just Dave.
Right.
To us, he's Dave.
So they look
Chappelle.
out for him. So it's different as opposed to being anywhere else in the world.
Let's get back on task. We got get back
controversy. Go ahead.
Yeah, back to what? So apparently the LGBTQIA plus Community is upset.
It's a fucking plus at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for whatever else I missed, or for future things to come. No, like
that's where we are now, and I think that the thing is, bro, with that, is it really controversial anymore? At this point,
they upset. No, they upset.
At this point,
hold on, wait. The controversy is the community's upset. They think he's bigoted, being transphobic, all the other man-hating slurs you can put on there.
He's sexist, misogynistic.
That's what I said. All that plus. Just throw a plus on there.
Right. Sexist, misogynistic.
Yeah, plus. I probably get canceled for that, but
you better watch out now.
Right. Then they had the whole thing how they wanted it off Netflix. Mm-hmm. Netflix said, "Nah, we ain't doing it." And then all the trans people, the people within the community, are planning to do a walkout from Netflix. So to me, that's controversy. You got people willing to walk out of their own job because what a man said. And it's somebody had said, I think it was Netflix themselves, was like, man, you can watch all the violence.
The response. That response. Say what you're gonna say. Say it.
No, because they were saying like you can watch all blood, violence, and comedy now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
that response when I read professionally, like, nigga, please, right? Like
we got all this other shit.
When
bro.
I read that, I literally heard that in my head when I read that. The CEO of Netflix was really like, nigga, please.
You think we finna cancel what? You know how much we paid for
in
this?
my opinion, when I saw that reaction, I was like, wow. But when I said, like, is it really controversial? Every time he drops a special,
yeah,
what happens?
See, okay.
What happens, though?
If somebody's upset.
So you mentioned professional wrestling earlier. So at this point, it's like Dave out there doing the promo and everything, right? And as soon as he say something wrong, you hear the Stone Cold glass break. So it's like, okay, now, at this point, this is a problem. You have a problem with what he said, all right? If you're saying you're going to not watch Netflix, you got to also realize this is also an international company. So It's not just y'all community, it's the entire world. And I'm not saying that they don't have a right to argue. They don't have a right to protest. They don't have a right to boycott or whatever it is they want to do.
Within your capacity. But to ask somebody else to do something other than what you want to do, I think is asinine. I do want to say I don't think what he said should have been controversial. Not at all.
It was a joke that he said was something that actually happened.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody is just skating over the fact that he lost a friend. When you hear it, he lost a friend. Somebody died, and all y'all can hear is all this transphobic stuff. It's like, are y'all serious? If you really listen to it, it was some hurt in that man's voice.
It's still art, also.
Right? Just as much as the community will want everybody to accept them, and y'all want us to follow the pronouns and address you how you want to be addressed, and you want to be able to dress how you want to dress, go where you want to go to any bathroom, all that. Yep. Why can't this person or any person say how they feel?
I think,
and then, like you said, it's optional to watch this. This is not forced rhetoric. Like,
it's true.
Curtis, did you watch it?
Yeah, so I seen it, and so it was a couple of things where I could see where people would be upset. The Team Turf stuff, once I figured out what it was, I was like, okay, I
it's their word, though. They came up with it.
Right.
I guess him saying he's Team Turf was the issue. But then you also had one thing. I mean, it was a reach with the baby thing because the baby popped somebody in self-defense. He didn't shoot nobody just to shoot somebody. The hell of it. Now, is he a murderer? Yes, but it's self-defense. And so that was a reach. But what else? But that was it. So again, I would like for anybody to put in quotes exactly what he said, and whether you agree with it or not.
Tell me the problem.
Tell me what was said that is transphobic, inherently transphobic about what he said?
I mean, ideally, I think a lot of it is about voicing your opinion, standing up for yourself, I guess. But
when did he try to put you down?
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
But
like
that's the thing too.
When watching the special, I'm looking like I go into it with all the world already told me that this special was transphobic. So I went into it like, okay,
looking for that. But ideally,
and I tried not to. But
ideally, you would watch it regardless of whatever was said. But now you go watch it even more. So now you didn't said, okay, what he said on the special was terrible. We don't think it's cool that he did this or said this or whatever, and then you go ahead and you can still watch it or you can't watch it or whatever. You don't have to, okay? But to say you want them to tell you exactly what the issue is, you might not understand what the issue is.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't want to be insensitive to it, but for me, it's just like I said, every time he does a special, this happens.
See, but my major thing is, well, one of my major things with it, y'all gave him the rise he was expecting. You know what I'm saying? Because several times during the special, he goes, "Yeah, I'm going there."
So it's
I'm going
and that's why
there.
I said it's like professional. It's like a feud. It's like we literally tune into this every time we see Dave Chappelle do a special. It's cool. It's great. We love it. And then they go back and forth. So at this point, it's like a beef. Like, and he's steady like, "Yo, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Like, I'm on your side. I got your back." But
when he read the definition of a feminist,
I don't even want to talk about.
I was like, "Damn, y'all gotta shut the fuck up, don't y'all?" Like,
I will say this: to call what he was saying flat out hate speech, I disagree with. I think they should be able to speak their mind on the points, but I don't think it should be taken down.
But
look at it from this point: should it be taken down or not?
No, I want the man to be able to do whatever he want to do. But
at the end of the day, they want to take it down.
At this point now, this is the third or fourth special he's done, and it's been the same outcry. We let a man run for president on racist bullshit, and we listen to his rhetoric.
Run.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Every single day, you can choose to not click on the Dave Chappelle special. Right. I had no choice but to turn on the radio and hear that. I had no choice but to just flick the screens and see that on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox all day long. 100%. I saw that every time, but it's like, I mean, everybody has their grips and gripes or whatever it is.
Gripes, yeah, whatever.
But ideally, like I said, I don't identify with the community, so I don't know what might have offended them with that. So I can't speak for them, but I would say this. It's Dave Chappelle. The special is a special.
Right.
At this point, we're seeing him be a superstar, the icon that he is,
right, and
dealing with the backlash of also being a superstar and the icon that he is.
And without seeing a special, you would think he was talking about trans people the whole time, which he wasn't.
It was not.
And to think, it
was an important part, but that's not the
right. And you said welcome, and I him to handle it very well.
Yeah,
very well. So
all right, let's slide to some more controversy. Meek Mill, have you seen the controversy he has stirred up
about
his album cover, Wrapped on the Bus?
Oh, what?
The album cover, Wrapped on the Bus. Have you seen it? Boy, I think it's wild. The red dots are covering up because it's censored. So he had a big ass tour bus. And
he put the album cover.
And that's
I did not see that.
That's the uncensored, I believe.
This is on the album though, yeah.
It's the album cover. Just imagine it on
I honestly
a tour
didn't think
bus.
it was that wild.
I think it is. I think, bro, you're showing vagina.
You think it's wild?
I think it's
because
what? I'm sorry.
It's just not 200 years old yet. That's all. It's just not 200 years old yet.
It's
not 300 years old. It's not Picasso.
You can tell whoever created, whatever artist he paid to create this, did it with an intention.
Right.
Art.
Did he explain what the pictures meant? Like, because Kanye did the same thing with his thing.
Do it.
And he did explain everything. Yep.
I would say the artist who created it should be doing more than talking at this point. Because Meek Mill, I don't
see.
From the times I've heard him talk, I'd be like,
right. I was gonna say, I think that's the problem. The messenger, right? If this is supposed to mean something,
it's Meek, bro.
That's the messenger.
What's wrong with Meek, man?
He a goofball. Fucking goofball, right or wrong.
Yeah, but he got his niche. He got his thing. That's his thing, bro. You gotta give people their props, bro. You gotta let that man cook, bro.
Oh, so that's
because look, if you said if it was me, you said that was problem. We always do this. We always wrap our tour buses in our album covers, don't we?
Yeah.
Honestly, don't we all do that?
Right. So you think there should have been an outcry about the album cover before it got wrapped on the tour bus? Or no outcry?
Does it matter? At this point, no.
So,
if you mad about it being on a tour bus, you should be mad about it being in
the music.
5 million people's cell phones, just like that. So just how you picked it up, you should be upset about that, right? So what you gonna do? Cancel a whole album? You see what I'm saying?
So to the point of I feel like maybe, and this is me just thinking about it from, because like I said, when I first seen it, I was like, it
doesn't look lewd at all,
right,
to me. That's what I took from it.
When I first heard about it, I thought, oh, he got some real titties on the
right.
Nah,
but it's not reminiscent of 2 Live Crew back in the day with that shit with the booties, right? With the booties on the damn thing.
I'm thinking the album is called Expensive Pain, right? Mm-hmm. So you got everything
that can cause expensive pain,
right?
Is there a boat on there?
Yes,
it is.
It's a fucking boat.
It is.
Is
there a jet ski on there?
Women. It is dice. It is luxury. It's the shit that we call luxury,
right?
That can make him go broke. Expensive fucking pain.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
It's art at this point.
I don't know, man, because
it is art though.
So I'm thinking about it like this. I wouldn't want to see Nicki Minaj have dicks on her tour bus.
All right.
Nobody wants to see.
Right.
But that's a double. Like, okay then. So,
but it's still art though. Like,
right. It's art, but we also live in a world of double standards.
Like you said, it's what I want. So
you can see women. People, even women, rather see women genitals.
100%. But it's like, again, I say he a goofball because he always try to point back to what he's doing for the city and shit. It's like, bro, you're not a leader.
The crazy thing, I see a nigga on a picture like that with a shooter. I'm like, bro, he's trying to run for mayor. Like, it's crazy. like this is the world we living in right now though. Like we could be talking right now. 20 years from now, you be like, this nigga is really the mayor of Chicago. He came in here with a piece of chalk and wrote his name on my shit in yellow chalk. You know what I mean? But that's the thing that I feel like. When we're talking about, like, the premise of It's Your World was to talk about culture and everything. So all these things that we talk about is culture. Like, all these somehow go hand in hand with one another, right? So like you said, you don't want to see the dicks on the tour bus, but guess what? If somebody puts some dicks on the tour bus, guess what it's going to be some dicks on the tour bus.
Right, 100%. They do it. Because I'm all for freedom of speech. I am all for it.
But where do we put the limit on that? Is there a limit on freedom of speech?
Hate speech.
Okay.
To me, I think anything directing people to hate somebody for
race, color, creed,
right, that's hate speech and should be censored.
Right.
But everything else, your opinion, you are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to those images. You know what I'm saying? You created those images. You know what I'm saying? No one can be like, oh, that's me. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too.
I think
because that's happening.
Yeah.
When talking freedom of speech, we have to be clear what it actually is. It does not protect you from consequences. Freedom of speech protects you from the government, and that's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, okay, I hear you.
So freedom, to be honest, are you entitled to freedom of speech in the workplace? No.
Not.
But that's a private entity.
But you're also governed not only by your job, but you're also governed by the government in this one place. In this one place. And again, that is a part of our culture. That's what our culture is. Is a rapper governed by anybody from putting an ass on so that's their that's his freedom of speech. Like you said, that's his freedom of true. But obviously somebody cleared it because it's on the tour bus too. Right. So
I just think it's not the worst thing we ever saw.
Exactly, and that's true too.
But a lot of people pointed to the fact. I don't know, man. I was just hoping better You know what I'm saying? I think that's me.
Better. What
For me, he's not like a new artist.
So you just called the man a goofball. So you already wrote him off. You wrote him off as a fan. You know what I mean? Like as a fan or somebody observing the art or whatever it is. You an audience member. You already wrote him off as one way. So you see him one way perspectively. And I said the same thing in a way. Like, bro, either you go rap about being a thug and all this stuff, or you go rap about your dream chasing and everything like that. You go put your asses on, and you go do prison reform. You go if that's what you go do, that's what you go do. I just don't have a problem with the damn picture, but I get it.
I think the album cover to me fits. It fits so perfect with the name of
with the theme.
That's just me overthinking it. But maybe Meek Mill probably don't have the same thought process as I have. But in my mind, Expensive Pain and then seeing the cover, it matches. Sense. So to have such an issue with it, I feel like the world, maybe I'm desensitized, or maybe the world is just too fucking sensitive.
But some people, we also got to remember too, bro. Everybody needs something to talk about every day.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something. We gonna find something.
Everybody needs something every day,
bro. Are you like fan of superheroes and shit?
I would say Batman, maybe.
Batman. What's your views on Superman?
You know, my view on Superman.
You know he's gay now.
Bisexual.
Oh, my bad, bisexual.
I did see that.
He's part of the B's in this new comic. He's part of the B's.
Yeah, he's a
the L, the G. He's with the B's.
No, when I didn't read the story. I just saw a picture of him, and then it was a guy he was like holding. I'm like, oh, okay.
Kissing him.
That's what we on. So.
Yeah. It's like
I guess he gay now.
Because you heard my Spider-Man bit, right?
Yeah.
This is just going right.
But my thing is like I don't want to get all worked up over the thing. I wasn't a fan of Superman, but
I mean, fan or not, bro, why do we care about who a superhero is fucking? I thought we cared about who they was fighting. No, who's the villain?
That's true.
Fuck who he fucking. Who's the villain?
One thing that I would have liked to see people express more clearly is, do they have a problem with Superman being gay, or do they have the problem with the coverage of it happen? Because Superman has been a mass murderer, he has been a lizard, he has been
president,
he has been all these things and all these iterations of the Superman.
And now he's just gay, I guess.
And now
that's what it is.
I guess in this universe, he's bisexual.
These same
fuck Lois Lane.
Right. Well, maybe
Lane.
But these same media outlets have
maybe he's not bisexual. Maybe it's just a bromance. But you said they was kissing.
No, they was kissing. They was kissing.
I don't know no bromances. A line has been crossed. My lips
look,
yours.
man. Maybe it's a.
Okay, I guess
the fucked up part about it is it's been scrutinized. Sexuality and gender and everything, all those norms have been scrutinized so much you can't really feel comfortable talking about it because you don't know people's reactions.
It's like I'm becoming numb to it. I don't think it should have been a big deal in the first place. Because I don't have a problem with gay people, bisexual. I don't care. It does not affect my daily life like that. You know what I'm saying? I would rather people be more comfortable in their skin. You ain't got to hide in no closet, bro.
Right.
The world is gonna have to accept you as you are. Whoever needed to hear that.
Superman, it's okay, dog. You cool, bro. We still love you, bro.
What it is, like, it's just, is it necessary? Like, I know we cry for black representation, right? Is this necessary? Is this part of it?
I just don't like getting into the conversation of comparing the two because I feel like they're two very different things.
Okay, but a lot of people like to mix it. I was just trying to,
because I feel like that's lazy. It's lazy. It's inconsiderate to both parties too.
Right, and then you got to think black people are gay too.
Right. Okay.
And we're going into intersectionality. So then it's like, so if you're black and you're in the LGBTQ community, are you upset about this stuff too, or are you not upset?
Right. Because I wonder if they like looking at these heroes, like I look at them. Because like it's like, okay, Halloween coming up, right?
Okay.
Now we pick a costume. I automatically want to gravitate towards a black character. I could easily dress as this person. Now I find myself Googling black people to be for Halloween, like, because the representation is really not there.
I mean, it's important.
So I wonder, do gay people do the same thing?
But taking it back to what you said though, I remember being a kid and not even like you said, I didn't care.
I don't think we should.
I didn't see that as a kid, like that whole idea that there was some
Right,
homoerogenous type of thing going on.
With Lois Lane, I didn't think about it. I didn't fucking care. Batman.
I just thought, like you said, Superman. Hey, that's Superman girl. You know, okay, right. But I ain't really.
I don't know. So kids growing up, that's just Superman boyfriend.
I guess that's how it's supposed to be.
It
could work.
Is it an option?
Yeah, but if everybody's going to complain about it or have to gripe about it, again, I guess it's like what? Stop complaining is what we should.
I don't know. I guess this is kind of my point. Well, my thought process about it is like, why are we going back and changing these heroes? It makes new ones. Ain't no room for the new ones?
Because DC and Marvel has always been about the multiverse.
I understand that.
But I'm just saying, so when you say make new heroes, but their process is to do the multiverse. We got on Earth 2, Superman is this way, but on Earth 99, he's
that's true too.
Right, and so on Earth 205, Superman has somebody who's equally as strong as him. 2 people came from Krypton.
Right.
What the hell?
I have no idea.
Superman got a brother. Superman got a sister. They gay, lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Because ideally, I get what you're saying. It wouldn't play into that.
Make a new character, but at the same time, it's like if they can make Superman a lizard or make him a mass
then
murderer,
you can play with the gender norms too.
I didn't say they couldn't, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's being forced to change things that's already been like done.
It's sort of like you sick of remakes.
Oh yeah, I've said that before. Yeah, 110%.
The other day I was tweeting about Home Alone. They got a new Home Alone coming out. I'll allow
what
that.
What the fuck?
Man. They got a new one coming out. It's like a British kid though. And I'm like, I'll allow it though, man. It looks like it's done well, man.
No, Candyman has reopened my eyes to remakes.
We talked about that. I thought it was done pretty well.
Yeah.
I hate that it was done the way that's crazy. Like I love it and I hate it at the same time. Because it's like if they don't make enough money, they ain't making another one. These motherfuckers. Because that's how I felt when I saw it. But I thought it could be pretty good. I think it's gonna be good for Tiana Parrish when she comes back in the second one to be nuts. And I think it's gonna be crazy.
Oh hell yeah,
dope. But we talked about that too. I mean, how did you feel about it?
I liked it. I was prepared to hate it. Candyman was one of the things that held near and dear to the fear in my heart because it scared the shit out of me as a kid.
True. I second that.
I got another bit that I do that I like scary movies, but it ain't us in it, so it don't really scare me. I see it. I go. I would never be in that situation. Candyman happened here in the project.
No choice. You had no choice. I
everybody
every time we go downtown, like, yeah, that's what Candyman be.
Yo,
you couldn't tell me no different. Yeah, I remember getting in fist fights with my cousins. Like, it's for real. It's like, no, nigga, it's just a movie. Like,
no, Nick, man. So that's just part of the bit. But Candyman was for real one of the things I was really afraid of as a kid. So I'm like, I heard a remake. I'm like, fuck, they finna fuck up Candyman. You know what I'm saying? Like, they finna make him a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got to live in this PC fucking world. Like, Candyman ain't gonna be able to do shit. Like,
he gonna be able to stab motherfuckers.
It ain't gonna be no bees in this bitch.
Have to ask for consent to stab him with his hook. Was you mad?
You'll have a cork on it or some shit. Like, the fuck?
It's gonna be plastic.
Death. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna be looking at him like, die. No, and they gonna tell him, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know. So
Jackie gonna be Montclair. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be Gucci. Like,
the beauty of comedy is this though. We both have Candyman bits, and ours are two very different. My bit is just like, damn man, who is cleaning this nigga's jacket? He is. What cleaners? And they right mind just letting you walk in with a big bloody ass jacket. Like, I got you
again. Come on,
I got you, bro.
No, so like. I was kind of upset. Like, it might get fucked up. We've seen so many remakes get fucked up.
No, I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, I wanted to see Tiana Parrish go a little wild, like we saw in the original. In the first movie. I like they did change a little things for the movie. You know what I'm saying? I hate a damn near a line for line remake. Like. So it did take it in a different direction a little bit. It's nostalgic.
Yeah, no, I fucking hate nostalgia. I'm tired of nostalgia.
But if you watch the original, bro, it wasn't fast paced at all. It was slow paced, just like this one is. It's like, I get it. You trying to,
but like I said, I really like I want to say the lore of it that they added. They add the level of lore to it, right? Him being the kid. You know what I'm saying? I was not expecting that to come like full circle from that story. So like that shit, I was like, oh, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And then I kind of hate how every movie ends open ended with the hopes of a sequel.
But that's what I was saying. That's why I was like,
I get it. I get it. Y'all don't want to close no fucking doors, Hollywood. I get it. But sometimes
as soon as he showed up,
fucking nice. Like,
oh shit, we ruining the movie. When he showed up, I was like, oh, now you believe him. Now you get it. Now you get it.
Nah. You should have watched it already, goddammit.
I haven't seen it yet, but I don't care.
No, I think you enjoy it. It's shot beautifully.
It is.
On the cinematography side, shot fucking beautifully.
I mean, I expect it from Jordan Peele anyway.
Huh?
I expect it from Jordan Peele anyway.
Yeah. So some of it is a little dry. I think that's with any movie nowadays.
But I felt that about the original. I watched the original a few years ago.
It was
like,
real
this
dry.
Is really slow.
Yeah,
but it's still a good movie.
It was effective, goddammit. Well, I'm gonna tell.
But then you got. I also remember I'm watching it at 30 something as opposed to what 7 years old, 32.
Oh, I'm 31.
So at that time, it was probably like if I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So you were scared of shit.
I'm gonna tell this Candyman story, then we gonna move on. When I was younger, it's got to be like right after Candyman came out. We went away to camp in Wisconsin. It's called Camp Holiday Home or some shit. We was out there for like a week, and all the black kids was talking about Candyman. We was right. We told the little white kid, "You say Candyman 5 times in the mirror, he go fuck you up." White kid didn't believe us. He did that shit on night 1. He got to Candy, Mutt, and all the black people was out the room. Fuck you. Like, nigga, I don't want to be
Why are you playing?
And so he did it, bro. I swear to God, on my life, if I'm lying, let me die right now. He did it. He said Candyman 5 times. He came out the bathroom. Oh, y'all just scared. That shit ain't true. All that shit, right? Nigga, we woke up in the morning. My man had scratches all over his body, right? And as a kid, even as a kid, I was trying to rationalize. Could he have set up all night and did all these scratches? It was scratches in the middle of his back. Bro, you cannot.
That's creepy.
Creepy. He had a boot print. So we was in cabins, wooden cabins. It was a boot print directly over his bed. Now, could that have been done in the construction? Fuck yeah. But after all those scratches, nigga, ain't nothing. I ain't even shut up the chance. Like, for real, bro. He had they had to be at least about 6 inches long across his whole entire body. And, you know, he white, so they turn red. Bro, he looked like a fucking tiger. And I put that on my life. Anybody who went to Camp Holiday Home with me and seen that shit, most definitely comment and tell motherfuckers I am not lying. Bro, because I am so serious. I'm like, nigga, Candyman is real. I told this motherfucker. Like,
so what I took from that story, Will took the camp experience and he just did it big. Like, fuck this. I'm gonna take this all in, and this white motherfucker's tripping because that shit really happened. You believe that to this day?
To this day,
I believe you.
To this day,
I definitely believe you. That's how you know you black. Black shit. You know, black people shit stick with you. You don't never let that go. Like, it's not even trauma. It's like, no, nigga, I seen a white kid with scratches. I believe it.
Nigga, Candyman didn't kill him, but nigga,
close enough, huh?
He must have said it 4.5 times.
I can see Lil Will now. So his bunk was next to yours. Did you hear anything,
bro? Think of it like a movie. When some shit happened,
everybody was investigating.
Bro, we got into a huddle. Like, hey, how many times did he say 5 times?
So now y'all done scarred this kid for the rest of his life.
He scarred himself if he did it.
He should have been playing.
He said the shit.
He should have been playing like
we
that.
We told him the consequences. He did that shit. I'm sorry, little white boy. I know you ain't seen the movie. And you thought the shit was fake. But, I mean, after that, bro, he didn't say it was fake no more, though. You know what I'm saying? If he'd have done it, I felt like he'd have still made fun of it.
The only camp story I got like that, we used to have like a camp ghost. The camp I went to.
Yeah, he brought the ghost by saying it.
His name was Lil Joe, bro. And the kids, bro. And like the fucked up part about it was I was like, I had to be like maybe 12, maybe 14. So you like a big kid, but you're not like a big kid. Yeah, you like you can believe it and shit. Boy, we had one dude, bro. He never wanted to believe that shit. Nigga was ratting out the counselors every time they did something. Like, y'all move this. It was no camp ghost. I saw you put the canoes there. Like, he was adamant about that. So was you like that about the Candyman thing? Like, no, nigga, I told you.
I mean, initially, but that was it. We all kind of on some Freddy Krueger type shit. Decided never to talk about it again.
There it is.
We enjoy camp. we kind of just enjoyed camp at that point. That was it. He walked around with scratches for the whole week. I am so fucking serious.
Did you ever come back to camp, or that was just the only time you went to camp?
No, we went twice, two consecutive years.
Did y'all see him the next year?
No, he wasn't that. The
Candyman must have got him.
Hey, look. He was waiting for him to get home.
Will was probably pushing that story. No, he waiting for you to get home to get you, Chad.
I mean, I ain't think about
Chad,
that.
he is waiting for you to get home.
I promise.
You was antagonizing the whole week, Chad. He go get you.
Like me now, yes. Me as a kid, nah.
You was scared too?
I was shy as a kid, bro. I barely talked.
Real.
I was shy. Now it's completely different. I think I overtalk because I got to make up for the words I didn't say when I was a kid. So like, now my ass just be out here talking. Obviously. All right, let's move on to we talked about Kanye a little bit and the Donda Academy that he opening and
poaching talent for his sports team.
Okay, that's my issue. That's my issue right there, right? Donda Academy. His mother was a teacher.
All I'm gonna say is, if you know, you know. You gotta go where you gotta go. You gotta go where you got to go.
His mom was a teacher, professor. I would have thought he'd have focused on academics. I heard about the school. Then the very next thing I heard was about the athletes he got coming to the school.
That's wild.
Like,
I thought that was interesting.
Who the fuck? No, let the kids focus on school, bro. LeBron James, as of right now, is still one of the top basketball players. Yes or no?
In the world.
In the world, right? He got the school, the I Promise school. We don't know not one athlete. We don't know if he got athletics there. But what I do know is every kid that graduates there has a full ride scholarship to Akron University. That's what you're supposed to me. This is totally my view on it. That's what you should be focused on. If you so focused on black people and the progression, we're lacking in that education. And here you are getting to school to get athletes.
So when I talk to people about sports and academics and how they go hand in hand.
I don't like how your voice got all serious.
Because this is what I do. And so like when I talk to people about this stuff, they're like, bro, like you said, like, why you just change? It's like, because this is kind of the shit that I'm working on. So I've worked with Beyond Sports Foundation and now recently Seneca Foundation.
Okay.
Just how you stated about the sports thing. It wasn't that I was tired of Beyond Sports. I just don't have the bandwidth for it anymore. And I'm working on this. But Beyond Sports was a program that we put together. I was a part of the first original class.
Okay.
So when I said, if you know, you know. So sometimes it come down to this. It can be as simple as this. Will Hill, you're a great player. We just don't think you'll go to college, right? We don't think you'll go play in college.
Right.
You will not, I'm telling you this. You will not do this, right? Then you go down the street to such and such high school and they say, I saw your film. This could work. Right. Personal experience. All right. Guy told me, look, you never go play Division I football. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna happen. Right. I'm like, damn. I've been playing football since I was like 10 years old. There's no way I'm gonna do 20 years of this shit. It's not gonna pay off. Like in my head, mentally. So that kid you're talking about, right? You get to a spot. You say, okay, we got a good team, but we got a team good enough. You could go here if your team wins. If your team is trash, you can still go here, but you also have the opportunity to go to this school. So you have different options or whatever. So it's a publicity thing. I can go to Kanye's school. I'm a blue chip recruit. I can help the team win. Not only am I coming here, but it's 3 or 4 other people coming here. I don't give a fuck about what rules people say is in place or whatever. I hate to say it that way, but when you're talking about bettering your life and for the future, you need to make whatever moves you need to make.
Okay, I hear you.
Who publicized the which school?
I saw it on Instagram. I did not see it from I didn't see it from Kanye's page or anything like that. But
that's what I would say. Like,
yeah, maybe I'll double check that. I'll fact check that
because like I said, a lot of times it's media pushing the narrative instead of
that's what it was. But
really
but it's a bunch of former NBA sons
going over them.
So I'm sorry. There's so many other basketball
competition,
schools
brother.
But
going back to what I was saying, that was the thing. Like it was me. I transferred to a school, and then some other kids transferred. I left because I needed to make a choice for me and my family, and, moving forward, for me to go play in college. But if you think that's the best decision for you to leave, do it within the rules. Do it. But going back to what you were saying about the academics and everything, like sometimes you can have this up here. And I think Don is probably one of those things. The academics is here. And that was the first time I've ever heard sports mentioned, even though I knew about the foundation and then going into the schools.
Right.
That was the first time in the last 3 years I've heard of that. And I know the stuff that he was doing with Don the House and everything like that. So even with the school, that could be two separate things. But I mean, you gotta let people live, bro. Like
no. Look, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I guess again, my issue is just why is this such a headline? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's sports. One, the kid's probably one of the better recruits in the country.
Yeah,
I think he's like top 120.
Huh? Dan Plus is connected to Kanye.
Right. So it's just a big story. But I mean, it's hard to say academics over sports and everything like that because some people just skate through life on sports, and that 100%. It's possible.
A lot of people dribble their way out of the hood,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, do that shit.
But as far as focusing on academics, a lot of kids, you have to work with them to get them to a certain point where they even feel comfortable academically in certain cases. And that's what I was doing with Beyond Sports, and that's why my voice changed. Like, yeah, we got kids going to play Division I ball, but we also help them with SATs. We also help them with tutoring throughout the year when they're in school. We're getting these kids here and there from school and shit like that. But even with Seneca right now, one of the things I'm doing is with STEM. So like it has nothing to do with sports,
right?
But it has something to do with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But that was a shift for me. It's like you went from focusing on sports to now STEM, and it's like, well, we could also do both. Right. I had a chance to get one of the kids from Notre Dame to be in the program, but it's like if you do that, you're interfering with what he's doing on the field too. So I mean, it's a lot of give and take, bro. But I think that, having a good sports team, having great academics can help sell your school.
110%. But I don't know, man. But okay, when I hear sports, I guess I immediately want to think 9 through 12, right? Yeah. High school, right? High school is K through 12, so it's like again, focus. If you focus, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I wasn't a academic. I was not a scholar. Right. Right. By no stretch of the imagination here. It's just the only person I guess I can compare it to immediately off the back of my head is LeBron.
But you can't use LeBron if I don't want.
I don't know. I guess like
we cannot use a generational athlete comparing them to regular student regular athletes.
But the reason I did, because I think if a super basketball team was gonna be made in a fucking high school, it'd have been through LeBron.
How you know it wasn't through LeBron though?
Because it's not.
What LeBron does better than Kanye or the Donda organization is controlling the narrative.
Right.
So I think that's one of the biggest things.
Because Kanye could have easily came out and be like, that's not our focus.
Right. And that's a whole thing about LeBron. LeBron has controlled the narrative on himself tremendously and like impeccably for 16, 17 years though. As Kanye can't really do that.
It's not in him.
I don't think he wants to. So and I mean, not controlling in the way that we think so, you know, but it is what it is.
All right, man. One of the last things we're gonna touch on is just some.
I did just bringing up LeBron. Did you ever talk about that time he did matter of fact, it was recently. He did the press conference where he said, I did my research. I got vaccinated.
Yeah, that's
everybody else got to control.
Like the Kyrie thing.
Yeah, okay, we do two things. We'll do Kyrie.
I just wanted to hear because I know I've heard a lot of people say this stuff, but I've seen LeBron getting criticized for saying what he said, and I just didn't understand why he was getting criticized. He
for saying that it's up to you.
So basically, he was like, I wasn't going to get it. I did my research. I got it. My family got it. People have to do for them. People have to make the
their own decision.
Yeah, and people criticize them saying that, oh, you got all this influence. You should be telling people to get the vaccine, but I feel like I couldn't wrap my head around what was the issue with what he said.
No, because his PR team is fucking amazing. That is the best way to do it.
You'll be surprised how many times how many people had an issue with the way he
because
said
so many people really think the vaccine is the end all be all at the moment.
Yeah, I was just looking for like I was looking for somebody to explain what the fuck the issue is.
No, to me that's the issue in my eyes.
I think most people have been saying what they can and what they want about the vaccine, but ideally you got to think about this too. like he said, anybody can make their own decision, but I think it also had to do with the narrative between Kyrie making a decision and them being former teammates, and then him deciding what he was going to do.
No,
and
I man, when it comes rich, poor, whatever, when it comes to the vaccine, I implore everybody to do their own research.
But the bad thing about it is, if you telling me get the vaccine and then you tell me we need booster shots, is the first vaccine, what did that even do?
Okay,
that's probably what people are thinking.
Right, that goes into do your research, right? Look it up
like
yourself.
He said he did his
There's
research. He
so
made a decision
many.
for his family.
Make sure it's credible studies.
Right.
Don't
So
go
it's more than just Googling.
on Nicki Minaj's Twitter.
No, it's more than just Googling.
My thing is, I always feel like celebrities really don't give a damn. I've always felt like they really don't even care about this
people,
stuff.
because I don't give a fuck. Either I'm gonna do it or I'm not. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't. Because, bro, let my brother had got the vaccine, his balls swell up. I'm not getting that shit. Coincidence or not? No. The fuck? Right. He gonna be like, oh, B stung me.
Let's
no,
get
nigga,
this
that was that
figured out
vaccine.
first. Wait a minute.
Right. Wait till that swelling
I
go
mean,
down.
because you're nuts. I ain't seen him, but you said,
Hey, you walking funny, my guy.
You went walking like that for that second shot. I don't know what's happening.
Exactly. What are you talking about? No. So again, then do y'all own research, credible research. I think we in a day and age where you have to say that shit.
Man,
Credible
get the
research.
vaccine.
You know what I
Save a life. Is that what?
I was just thinking about it. Like, instead of them trying to chastise the man for saying what he said,
Right.
they should have latched on to the fact that he got the fucking vaccine.
LeBron did it. Go do it.
LeBron did it. Go do what? I'm like I said, I'm still confused. What the fuck?
Nike.
It's bare bones, right? It's bare bones. I'm wearing this, so you should wear this too, huh?
No,
All right.
man.
I mean, but they wanted him to go out to want. That's
And
what
do
they
that.
wanted from him, but he refused to say it. So why don't y'all just latch on to they do it to LeBron anyway. They latch on to something he say and they run with it. So why
But it
didn't they
don't
do
work
it this
that
time?
way. They only work
Man,
the
nah,
other way.
because half the country can't tell them shut up and dribble, and then the other half go,
See?
oh, tell everybody to get the vaccine. That's where you fuck up at.
Yeah.
When you don't mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
He's a person. Yes, he has influence. Yes, he does. Fuck yeah. So he's allowed to the fuck he want to say.
Right.
And like exactly what you said. Latch on to the part you could use to your
like you said,
advantage.
do it
Because they've
anyway.
done it anyway.
They would have
Official
done it
narrative.
anyway.
And it worked. So, but
All right. I'm done with this vaccine.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of the vaccine.
like I said, I get my second shot on
what
the
do you
first.
What do you think? What you think about Kyrie?
all right.
Go ahead.
So I was on Instagram a couple of months ago. I think it was like I had a conversation with like Vonda Carlo on Instagram in her comments or whatever. She was talking about Kyrie, and I'm like, look, bro, what are you trying to be, bro? Are you an activist now?
Why can't he be?
And that's what she was saying. She's like, is he trying to be that? Is he that person? Is this the limelight he wants to be in? Is this the role that he wants to feel? And it's like, are we past that, or should we allow him to continue to do this, even though it might be to the detriment of his team?
It's his personal choice. It's his personal choice.
I think I've said this. I said it on one of them social media sites. Okay, I said he made a decision.
And
His
that's what he
decision
did.
is fine.
Right.
The team made their decision. Their decision is fine.
Right.
He can't fucking play. And if his teammates gonna feel like he let him down, then that's how they gotta feel.
That's how they go fucking feel.
And that's
he has to deal with
and
it.
that's what it comes down to
See,
too.
because also my thing is his teammates are closer to him than we will ever be.
But that's what I was thinking too. Like, if this, and that's what I was saying about, is this who you are? Like, are you that? Are you Cap?
Mm-hmm.
Is he trying to be an actor?
Can you take that sacrifice that
Right.
he made? Is this the same thing? No, but they kind of go hand in hand in the idea is that he's making a choice to do something.
Right.
It's almost like a political stance, which, in my opinion, it feels that way because that's the stance he's taking.
Man,
that's he wants to be taken seriously in his stance.
I don't think so, because I don't think this is a political stance.
I haven't seen anything from Kyrie like, man, I'm not really worried about it.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, he put out the Instagram statement saying like it's my private choice.
Okay.
So
leave everybody else out of it or whatever.
right,
So
leave
I
my
don't-
family. Don't.
And
say
right,
shit
and
about
that's
my
what I
family.
meant by that. It's
Yeah,
like if
he
you
has.
tell me if KD, well, I hope that KD wouldn't do that because I just feel like as a man, if you told me, Will, hey, I ain't getting the vaccine, I'd be like, look, all right, bro, I just can't kick you with you like that because of my situation, and then you got your own situation.
Right.
But like, what if they're trying to win the chip, bro?
Yeah, I mean that's something they got to deal with.
That should be every goal of every team.
What if they try to win a chip?
So I mean, we know that they actively are. That's why they signed the people that they have signed.
And that's the real thing. So it's almost like you were saying about the academics and sports thing. Nobody wants to talk about the real issue is if he don't play, how are they gonna respond and not win? That's what it really is, though.
Yeah, no, I don't know, because I also want to say the reason I don't think is not a political stance because my man went out and became a flat earther. You know what I'm saying? So we know this is Kyrie,
but he has portrayed it as this is who I am. I'm serious about these stances that I take. Take me seriously.
See, no, and that's not. You can have your convictions. To me, when it becomes a political statement, is when you want to stand on your soapbox and go, "This is the reasons why I'm not doing it." This. No, I'm not doing it.
Okay,
that's all you need to know.
Okay,
that's personal. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. I can live with that. If he's not going to play, he's going to miss out on money. He say he want to miss out on money. Who the fuck does? But if that's seriously your personal stance, stand on that shit. As a man, that's your word. Then don't do it. Don't do it like, fuck, I made terrible decisions with my money. I mean, now I got to get this vaccine so I can play on this team and so my family could continue to eat filet mignon.
I mean, at the end of the day, he got the money to do to pay whoever and get whatever information he needs to get to make the best choice. I didn't. I just took that shit because my job said they was going to fire me. Shit,
that's what I said. If you're in the financial mind, you have to.
True.
And when he got the financial freedom that he does, he don't have to play. I don't know. Maybe he don't have to play basketball no more. Got enough stuff set up.
Invested proper
investments. He's good. All right. One last piece of bullshit before we get off of here.
Could be trying to make a ploy to end up on the Bulls next year. Who knows? I had to bring it back to Chicago. Who knows? Who knows?
Like Fat James Harden.
You never know. He's like, hey man, I don't want to play. I'm gonna play for the Bulls next year. Like,
that shit was funny. James Harden got fat, so he got off the team and lost that weight when he got to New York.
Took off a few shirts.
He took a fat suit off. Fuck you.
Took off an outfit.
Chunky James, boy. He was in.
Chunky James.
Chunky James, man. That was.
I'm calling him that from now on.
Bring back Chunky James.
Boy, every time
when you want to leave New York, you know what to do.
Right. So here comes Chunky James. That's his sign to get off the team. He'll be a fucking lineman. Y'all could like Eddie Lacy.
Right. 6'8".
You remember Eddie Lacy?
Man, dog.
He came back.
Legend.
He came back looking
still
like
a legend.
The fridge nigga.
The fucked up part about it is Eddie Lacy will run maybe 5 times a game, and by the end of the year, he still had 1,000 yards. Like, nigga, all you did was 15-yard runs. He had one game I actually seen him do 300, 200 yards.
He's tired by 20. And he get tackled. He ran out of bounds. Nobody near him.
It was like, damn, you got 1,000 yards rushing. Very underrated running back, right?
Yeah,
there.
no, he was a workhorse. He was well overweight too, though.
Leading us right into Packer Week too. Thank you.
I don't give a fuck about the Packers. All right, we almost got kicked off the show. Speaking of sports, make sure y'all tune in. TPM Sports be posted tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a lot of Packer talks with the Bears playing. Who you got?
Bears.
Okay, just checking. Almost had to stab this nigga. Nah, I'll be in my house with that rhetoric. No, anyway, woman sues Geico for $1 million after contracting STD from man while having relations in his car. That's a true headline.
Where did you find this?
On Shade Room.
Okay.
I read the real article though. It's fucking hilarious. The man and female want to stay anonymous. They don't.
So they both end on it. Then that's what this. How do you sell that to your girl though? You gotta be smooth as hell. Hey, look here, baby. You know what we gonna do is
you go get crabs. Let me out. Hear me out. You go get crabs.
You got the vaccine though.
You got your booster shot too.
They gotta be a treatable.
We gonna get this bag though.
Can't get the bitch herpes.
That'll stick with you forever. All right, I'm sorry.
Enough. All right. No. So yeah. So she had car sex with this dude. She got an STD. Apparently, she is also suing him. But since she was in the car when she contracted this, she trying to sue his auto insurance.
Get it how you live, I guess. I don't know. Like, what?
They want to keep it anonymous. Yeah. So Geico,
It's hard to
How much are they
something
suing
from
for? What are the damages? Like, what? How does this work? What?
because she incurred injuries while in the vehicle, and everything within the vehicle is insured by Geico.
Even his dick, huh? That's wild.
I'm like, some attorney was like reading some law
like,
somewhere.
where
and
is
goes,
this written
No
that you
one
can
hasn't
do
tapped into
this?
this. Let's do this. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
legal loophole.
Bro. But Geico is like, nah, if you suing us, put your name out there. You want to sue us, put your name out there.
And they said no. Did they drop the case?
It's still up in the air.
I don't know. I didn't even know that was.
She must have got crabs. It had to be crabs because that's the only disease
What,
I can think
gonorrhea?
of. No, because it's not so. A lot of disease, a lot of.
Hold on, wait. I'm mad you like stuck
He
on.
went right. I didn't even gonna say that. I'm like, you
Because
going this?
I'm just saying because
Which STD is it? I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm just like, damn.
because if you think how these fucking diseases work, once they become a lot of them don't last more than a few hours outside of the human body.
Right.
So what could you actually get besides crabs off a car seat? You ain't get it from the car.
No. Having intercourse. That's
Oh,
having
okay.
intercourse.
I
Right.
think-
So that's what I
Relations.
said. Yeah,
They
that's
have
what I
relations.
said.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this.
So she just doing because I'm thinking she said she got it from the car seat.
No.
Okay,
no,
she got it from
his
okay.
dick.
Wow.
But she's suing Geico.
Because
She was in his car. He
was
had
in
he
his
had
car
Geico
where she-
Hey,
card.
Where
this
she
is
incurred
this
the
might,
injury.
if she wins, it sets a new legal precedence because
you
now
don't, bro. You don't think they snatching that
What
out,
is-
out of every policy?
Someone like, where does healthcare come into play on this? Like, why Geico? Just Geico? Like,
right sue his health insurance.
did they do a process of elimination on who the fuck they was gonna sue when they did
They
this?
said who easiest to sue?
Who got the worst legal team?
Right, Geico, because you know the health industry is semi.
You gotta have some balls though to come up with a case like that though. Like, just I'm gonna sue you, nigga, and your dick, and Geico, motherfucker.
Hold on, I'm trying to bring it back up.
Because if you think about it, like Geico is definitely easier to go after if you think of who got a bigger bag.
Real.
The health.
That's what I was
industry-
saying. How did you make it to the headline? They should have just settled out of court, like
Right.
a big corporation probably would. But maybe
I
that's
also
what they
don't
was
know.
banking on.
It'd be funny if he had some bullshit insurance. That she would've-
Right, it just went too far. Like, that's what it sounded like. It went
The
too
general-
far. Like, Will said they already said put your name on it. It was like, no, we ain't doing it. All right, baby.
That's
I thought
some
they was just gonna
bullshit
give us a
insurance
bag.
that
I didn't know they
you
was gonna
wanna
make us do all this.
That's sex.
Now you going viral.
That's sex
Look
with a
at
man
him.
in the 2014 Honda Genesis.
That's some simple.
The whole story, huh? Wow.
That is hilarious.
But that is true though. Like, how do you figure that you could get away with that?
So
This
so
is what we're gonna do.
Geico is asking for the case to be dismissed, citing that the man's car insurance only covers injuries that happen out of the ownership, maintenance, or of use of the car.
I mean, that was the use. The fucking part was using the car.
Luckily, it wasn't because they was getting some. She was giving some road hit or something like that. It was just
And he crashed.
Oh, get some head. What's that show?
like American Gods.
Yeah, you know. Bit his dick right off,
Bruh.
and they both died. She died with a dick in her mouth,
Sad,
bro.
sad,
Bro, just be that nigga that's your girl that cheated on you.
And
That with a
Shadow,
dick in her
the
mouth.
whole season, 2 seasons, she's following this dude around,
Right.
bruh. That's
What
a great
happened to that show?
They canceled it. That was a great show though. I like
Because
that
of-
show.
I mean, they brought that shit on themselves.
Book is pretty good too. I thought that was a show that was really pushing some boundaries.
Yeah.
You want to talk about some controversial shit? What they call it?
No, it's the end of the show.
No, I'm talking about you want to talk about some cultural shit,
That was
some
funny.
controversial shit. They were talking about like gods and making the motherfuckers black and
Yeah.
like niggas like for real. Orlando, what's his name? Going
Yeah, I know.
I forget
Yeah.
his name.
Yeah,
Killed
they
that
canceled that
role.
shit. That shit was sad.
He
Man.
killed that role though. But
Oh, yeah.
Could nobody else do it?
they tried to get him off the show too.
All right, man. It's towards the end of the show. I've been asking all my guests this: if you could have one of these things free for life, what would you have? Tacos or wings? Wings, drums, flats. It don't matter.
Harold's Chicken, 83rd and Ashland, a la mid to early 2010s. Rest in peace, we miss you.
Hey, you gotta get specific with your heroes. For real.
I told you 83rd Ashley.
They all fucking different. And
the one over there on 87th is pretty good.
There's one out here that's I was surprised because
Really?
it's not in the city. And I was like, what the?
Who was running it?
Black people. Oh, ghetto.
Okay.
Oh my God. I called over there one time and the girl answered the phone. Thanks for calling Harrison Crestwell. We busy. And hung up the phone. I was like, yes, I'm going right now. I'm going right now.
She was like, get your ass down here.
Boy. Why you answer the phone?
That was courtesy.
Why
That's
you
customer
answer the phone?
service.
No,
for
I did let it ring a long ass time. I ain't gonna lie. That shit. I was on my way anyway. I was trying to order food before I got there, so I just had the phone sitting there. And it was just, I hung up the phone. I hung up the fucking phone. You got any hot takes? Anything you believe in that you know?
Hot takes. Anything. I was a new bit, but it's kind of near and dear to my heart. Which camera is on right now, bro?
This you.
All white people with green hair look like the Joker.
Well, just all of them.
Even baby white people with green hair look like the Joker.
Are you a conspiracy theorist? You believe in any conspiracies?
Man,
Are you a flat earther?
No, I'm not. A flat earther.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes, I believe in aliens, but I don't think the
Like what
Earth
kind of
has-
aliens?
Not friendly aliens. Like, honestly, we are some despicable motherfuckers, man. Human beings, dude. Like, I'm a realist. I'm like, we are really cool. Human
Yeah.
beings are really awesome. We are also despicable.
Do you think aliens was here before, like humans?
Maybe, but I also feel like aliens probably look at Earth and be like, what the fuck are y'all doing down there?
Y'all fucking it up. You believe the pyramids was built by aliens?
No, I have to say the Egyptians did that.
The Egyptians did that?
Or what is it in the Bible? The Hebrews,
Hebrews.
did that. I mean, I don't know, man. All this shit, you want to question everything, but sometimes it's just good to be present and live.
Do you think time travel's real?
Do I think time travels will? Mentally, yeah. For
You
real.
don't think it's tangible?
Tangible?
Like you don't think nobody in the future where time travel is possible has came back to the past?
I think time travel could be possible, but I don't like what's the cereal box Cracker Jack answer. But I don't think we're gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers always say that.
No,
like,
it was,
if you said that shit 20 years ago about phones, like nigga, I don't think we're gonna be around when they get cameras in the phones. Like everything got a fucking camera. You know what I mean? But
Well, we did that within the span of like 10 years.
and never thought
That shit was
anything
crazy.
of it though.
So like within 15, 20 years, we went from not having a phone outside your house to the smallest phone now to iPhone. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then not only that, to having $1,000 cameras.
Yeah.
on them.
The fuck? I mean, but with inflation, that's how much the first cell phone cost. That's why only drug dealers had it.
I think the not so much time travel. The interesting thing is just like I said, be present, but also being like in tune with like your growth as a human being. So not so much as you intangibly, but like, just the idea that so much has changed and being okay with that. So like being the grumpy old man, I guess, would realize, like you said, we didn't even think we was gonna have clear ass phones. I remember back in the day, you'd be happy motherfucker got Snake on their phone, like excited.
You got Snake?
Oh nigga, you got Snake, nigga. Remember when text messenger first came out though?
Nah, fuck that. You remember when the Sidekick first came out?
God rest his soul, bro. My dad would never text me because he thought he got charged by the letter in the text message.
Said charge by the letter.
Early 2000s, he would never. I would text him just to fuck with him, like, because he didn't know what it was. And this is back when you had to do the 3
Several times.
right? Yeah.
And then you fuck up, you gotta
Bro,
do it again.
and like that's like the ultimate dad shit though. The motherfucker just get mad like, you know they charged me by the letter, nigga. Like, nigga, no they not. You know. But that was like his thing. Like he was like, you never send me text messages. They get charged by the letter. But
That's
anyway,
funny. That's funny.
but no, time travel. That's an interesting question. Do you believe in time travel, nigga?
Yeah.
You want to be a part of time travel?
Fuck. That's a hell of a question.
Only time I want to be a part of time travel if it's anything like the Chappelle skit, like
Yeah.
honky is a racial epithet.
If I had to, if I
Because
Like we can stay far away from all this shit.
I think as black people, especially in America, it ain't much in the past I want to go back to. I mean, to be honest.
There isn't a really good time period. Like that's one thing you never hear motherfuckers be like. It
that's
was
why you never understood Make America Great Again.
Right? No, but I hate when I see like white people be like, "Oh, the Roaring 30s. I wish I lived through that shit."
I mean, that shit.
I had a black friend on Facebook. I ain't gonna say no name. They said the same shit, and I was like, "Bitch, what is wrong with you? You were the help at the Great Gatsby."
Right. Nobody.
The
Great Gatsby.
They cleaned up
that
bitch.
movie.
They wasn't partying.
The movie and the book seems cool, but not so much. Though. But not so much. Like the parties. I was looking at the movie like, where would I be?
Cleaning up after all that crazy shit, cleaning the fuck up
in the basement,
right? You know, so it's like, yeah, that would be.
Motherfucker
cool,
be like, "Oh, I was born in the wrong time period."
No,
are you serious?
No. Don't ever say that.
Well, unless it's more in the future.
I would not want to live through what my grandparents went
through. Bro. Anyway.
see how they just brought us down the bed. Like, yeah, we might.
That's real life, but I hate the fact that it's kind of like that, right? But I think a lot of people really got to face the truth. A lot of people got to face a lot of facts of the past and what happened of the bullshit. And it's crazy to think, and damn near real cringy to think that we don't even know the full extent
of how crazy it was.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? I had this comedian Marvin Hunter. He had just posted some shit about how people in Mississippi thought they were still slaves in 1960. In 1960,
they didn't tell them though.
These people thought they were still slaves.
They didn't
what?
Tell them.
Everybody talk about when slavery was abolished, all this bullshit. We celebrate Juneteenth. It was people
looking me in my face and not telling me that I'm free.
People
is
who
the
thought
ultimate
they
disrespect.
I'll take that back. They knew they weren't like slaves. There was crop sharers. Bitch,
sharecroppers.
My bad. Sharecroppers.
But
that's another word for slave. All right, y'all, man. We
can talk about so much shit, man.
100%. I do this all fucking day, but I gotta get ready to do TP on Sports. If you want to tell the people who you are one more time, where they can find you,
it's Jordan, bruh, on Instagram, Twitter,
it's Jordan, bruh,
TikTok, right? Because people be like Jordain, I'm like, nah, nigga, it's Jordan, bro. But anyway, also you can check out my podcast, It's Your World. I still got them up. I'm working on something different. Now coming up with some ideas, working with you, maybe hopefully we do some sketches or some shit like that. But I appreciate you having me, man.
Oh no, man, thanks for coming
and it's all about the energy, baby.
Make sure y'all follow me on all social media platforms. Simply Just Will. Make sure y'all tune in to Created by Curtis. He just dropped some new hoodies.
Nice. I might have dropped a pink one.
You finna drop or you did?
On Monday, I'm
you finna drop the pink. Yo, they nice, y'all. Check them out for real. Make sure y'all go to thirdpostmedia.com. Post like your heartbeat, not plus. Post all the other dumb stuff y'all be typing.
All the typos.
And sign up for the Patreon. It's only $1.
Yeah, sign up for the
give
Patreon,
me a pink hoodie,
man. We finna get ready and
looking like a cool ass.
Film some more Will Deniso, some more behind the scenes. We got some stuff coming up, man. Make sure y'all check us out.
Man,
you good?
Nice.
You good? Anything say, Curtis? Man. All right, y'all.
I've never been treated so well in my life, man.
You won't.
This is nice, man.